commercial motorcycle, popularly known as Okada. It is arguably the fastest means of movement in a traffic-stricken Lagos, Nigeria's most popular city and economic hub. Residents of Lagos rely on Okada to navigate and meander through tight lanes and traffic gridlock to get to their destinations on time. Sometimes, this means disobeying traffic laws and regulations in the process. But the big question is, at what cost? According to statistics from the Lagos State government, commercial motorcycles-related accidents account for most of the crashes, leading to 1,712 deaths recorded in the last 4 months. Out of this figure, 54% of the victims are between the ages of 30 and 39. This is alarming.
Come and take class card so that we can be able to account for you, so that we can be able to take care of you, so that should anything happen, we'll be able to trace you. But they won't come and take class card. They don't want anything that is regulatory. All they want is a license-plate attitude, and they want to turn Lagos into a jungle. And Lagos is not a jungle. And we are saying that, no, we have laws here, we have regulations. Our people are very proud of being called Lagosians.
Commercial motorcycle or Okada as a means of transportation began in Cross River and Akwa Ibom State, south-south Nigeria. Before long, it became widespread and an acceptable means of movement in different parts of the country. In Lagos, Okada became popular in the late 1980s, and as time went on, criminal-minded elements adopted it as a means of not just making a living, but perpetuating crimes. Such crimes include snatching of bags, phones, and other items at night or during heavy traffic. Sometimes, they even take laws into their hands through mob action, leading to the death of innocent residents like the Chief Superintendent of Police, Kazeem Abonde, who was killed in the Solo area of Lagos on the 23rd of September 2021. A recent one occurred in Lekki area of Lagos when a sound engineer, David Imo, was set ablaze and killed on the 12th of May 2022. Both men suffered same fate of being lynched by a mob of Okada riders in Lagos.
You have people who at night you get to a place and just see them in their 100 sleeping on Okada, and then in the morning for 100 naira they can go to a place and take a shower, and then they mount Okada again and begin to operate. For how long are we going to watch this happen? And the security people, there are so many things they can't come on television and begin to say. And Lagosians themselves, they have seen it.
The response of the police officers on that day was very swift. If not for the response of the police officers, I can assure you that we will have had more casualties than one. Like I always tell people, police cannot be everywhere. We are not omnipresent. We are not ubiquitous. If you remember, one of the problems we are facing is the problem of manpower. We don't have enough manpower to deal decisively, with some of these issues happening in the community. But then we are utilizing the ones we have to respond swiftly.
Accumulation of these reported cases of impunity and constant flouting of traffic laws attracted ban on their activities in recent past.
About 6 local governments, Etiosa local governments, Surulere local governments, Apapa, Ikeja, Lagos Island and Lagos Mainland were declared to be the areas where total ban will take place. And so we are trying to see how we can enforce these laws by putting up some strategies. Like I said before, the law has been there, but the intensity of enforcement is what has not been done. So this time around, what we realized initially was that because of the fact that there was no total ban, people that were applying the areas that were not restricted, used the opportunity to apply the areas that were restricted. So This time down that there's going to be a total ban, it will be easier for us to enforce the law completely.
Lagosians are seeing every day that there is a huge danger, and the government has seen the larger picture, and the government is saying that, well, credit us with some intelligence. We know what is going on, and we are going to stop it. We are going to do everything to ensure that Lagos is safe. We cannot say because of people who are earning a living riding Okada, then we put the lives of everybody at risk. Yoruba people have a proverb. They say that the chicken was feeding on something before the arrival of the corn. So, I mean, our people were into various dignified trades before the arrival of Okada.
Yeah.
Today, you can't find good vulcanizers, you can't find good plumbers, you can't find good masons. What is going on?
A timeline of Okada ban by the Lagos state government shows that the first was in 2006 under the government of Bola Tinubu, who restricted operations of commercial cyclists between the hours of 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. In 2012, the administration of Governor Babajide Fashola placed a total ban on Okada operations in Ikeja. His successor, Governor Akinwumi Ambode, also banned their operations in 2017. On the 27th of January 2020, Governor Babajide sanwo-olu also restricted operations of commercial motorcyclists, which took effect from the 1st of February 2020. But the restrictions were relaxed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Due to the alarming rate of accidents and deaths from commercial motorcycles, Governor sanwo-olu also placed a ban on the operation of Okada in 6 local government areas. They are Surulere, Etiosa, Ikeja, Apapa, Lagos Mainland and Lagos Island, in what the governor called a phased banning, which means that the ban will extend to other parts of Lagos over a period of time.
The whole of Ikeja local government, the whole of Sule local government, the whole of Etiosa local government, the whole of Mainland local government, the whole of Apapa local government, and the whole of Lagos Island local government. A total ban. This is the phased banning that we're going to be embarking on, so that others know that in a short while, it's either get out or for something else to do. And from 1st of June, there are LCDs that are underneath them. We're going to publish them. We're going to list all of them. And so we're given the notice now.
The Lagos state government gave reasons why this decision was reached.
A ban has been pronounced in 6 local governments, and they have a licensure situation where they can operate wherever they like. The law, Lagos State Traffic Law of 2012, is still alive. It's still there for us to obey, for us to observe. If you ride Okada anywhere in Lagos, major highways, on major roads, on bridges, it is strong. Anywhere in Lagos, the law is still there. But what we have done is that in these 6 local governments, Okada should not be seen at all. And like you observed, the governor, Mr. Babajide sanwo-olu, said this is the first phase, and is going to continue. So the thing is that Lagosians themselves are now realizing the danger that Okada symbolizes, not just in the area of breaking limbs and smashing heads, but also in security matters.
To strengthen the ban placed by the Lagos state government, the Arewa community in Lagos declared their support for the decision. The group stressed that most Okada operators are on the surface Hausa, but a closer investigation reveals that at least 3 to 4 out of 10 are non-Nigerians from Cameroon, Mali, Niger, and other West African countries who use the cloak of Nothing Nigeria to gain entry into all parts of the country.
Okada operators in some local government in the state is not a new law. It has been in existence for over 10 years. We resolve today unanimously that all our members must comply within the provisions of the law of Lagos State. We are law-abiding and will always continue to intimate all our members to continue to be law-abiding and operate within the ambit of the law. 2, to We support all measures taken by the Lagos State government in its effort towards protecting lives and properties of all Lagosians. 3. We condemn in totality the activities of all criminal elements who are mostly foreigners from Niger Republic, Chad, Cameroon, and other neighboring countries, who have infiltrated the ranks of those genuine riders, thereby perpetrating all forms of crime in Lagos State and are constituting serious threats to the lives and security of lives and properties of Lagosians. 4. We are calling on all security agents to identify and arrest all those criminal elements masquerading as Okada riders. 5. We are also taxing the Nigerian Immigration Service to step up its action along the borderline in checking the influx of all those foreign elements coming into the country without genuine intention. 6. We are in total commitment and support to the administrative policy of the Lagos State government in getting rid of all security threats, promoting peace and tranquility, safeguarding lives and properties of Lagosians, and massive provision of development of infrastructure facilities for all Lagosians. 7. We are calling on all well-meaning Arewa community members to comply with our common resolve and avoid the local governments of Apapa, Surulere, Lagos Island, Lagos Mainland, Etiosa, and Ikeja. 8. We will work with the Lagos State government and the Association of Arewa Okada Riders towards implementation of the extant law and documentation of all riders in all local governments of Lagos State. We must have adequate data on everyone.
It's a welcome development because I think some of them too are affected with the menace of these motorcyclists called Okada riders. I'm very sure that maybe some of them are victims of these Okada riders too. And they know it's a kind of the decision that is taken for the interest of the entire society. They belong to the society and they know that they are as part of residents in Lagos. They are directly or indirectly affected by the menace of Okada riders too. So I think the reason why they supported the government decision is because of the outcry and a lot of problems that these motorcyclists have been creating. And so I think it's a welcome development to me and to the Nigerian Police Force.
This is in addition to the fact that the Lagos State Traffic Law of 2012, which prohibits operations of commercial motorcycles and tricycles on major routes and highways, is still valid.
So that's why we said insist local governments. But like I said, all over Lagos, the Lagos State Traffic Law of 2012 is still alive, is still in operation. And because this law is still alive, anybody who rides Okada on all major highways in Lagos, on all major roads, on all bridges, is committing an offense. So that it is the 6 local governments, June 1st, that is okay. What it means is that those 6 local governments, Okada must not be seen at all, they must not be found, they must not be heard, they must not be visible.
But residents have mixed feelings about the fresh ban.
I guess it's very okay for the government to ban it because of the high rates of accidents and also most of the bikers, they can use it to do all manner of things like robbery, like you can know all those cases.
They're actually helping in transportation management in Lagos State. They can go to any nooks and cranny of the whole state. Yes, but they should be advised to stop speeding and drive more carefully.
I have been to Igbobi and I've visited Igbobi severally and I've seen what Okada have caused in terms of damage and life taking. So Okada should be totally banned.
It helps to move around, get to where one is going within a short time. And some areas where vehicle could not even penetrate, Okada would do that, but she shouldn't be banned.
If we compare the rate of accidents through bike, then that may be justified. But on the other hand, it's not justified if you look at the rate of unemployment in the country, I think if you are going to buy something, what have you put in place to remedize the entire banning of the Okada? Because by the time you ban Okada now, a lot of people will be jobless, and before you know it, we start having cases of armed robbery rampant in every household, on the streets, every nook and crannies of the country, of the state, as far as Lagos State is concerned.
But the State Commissioner for Information assures residents of government's commitment to their safety.
June 1st, Okada should not be found in all the places that he mentioned, those 6 local governments. I assure you, by June 1st, they will not be found there. And if people are going about saying that because of elections that are coming, that Mr. Sanwo-olu may change his mind, I think it's preposterous of anybody to think like that. It is ridiculous, it is absurd, and incredible for anybody to go and think like that, that Mr. Sanwo-olu will go back on his word. He will trade the lives and limbs of Lagosians for votes. No, he's not going to do that.
Some of the Okada operators decry their plight.
Many people are feeding for this bike. Do you understand? I buy a new bike, 350,000. Tax was cut to the bike number 1. I still hustle, ride person bike before I buy this one again. Now I'm riding, they say that they will ban the bike. Then the Okada, what am I going to do now? For feeding, we feed on this bike. Some people feeding their family, paying school fees on this bike and paying house rent on this bike.
Actually, I'm not in support of that initially, because banning Okada totally in Lagos, it will create more robbery and corruption in the state. Otherwise, because these Okada riders, some of them are land, some of them are so that without this thing, we cannot manage to feed our family. If you see that there's no job as of now, even some graduates in this Okada riders, and I don't believe that there's enough job employment for those people, especially those educated people. If you see that, it will lessen the quantity of Okada riders. But whereby that all these things are not available as of now, it makes everything worsen.
I know they support. Because they ban on our they find. TV yakpa. Even say Okada this I see the TV. Come say they come ban Okada. The whole Lagos has seen wide reach. How many were the Lagos state? How much did they pay? You come ban Okada join now. Or they go give us work, pay us well too. Come on to buy food, no problem. Come on food to chop food in the morning. If you don't get like 500, I know chop food. We don't go chop only. Even being self don't cost. So if they want Okada, I'm gonna go find better work, put down what they ban Okada.
This is the only way for us. One person will get 3 children, 4 children, and we have no anywhere to go again. It's just the way that we assist our way. So we have nothing past this one that we are doing. So after this one, if they ban us now, the one made it more turn to armed robbers. How they want. They will find job for us. So we have to at least know, because some of us have result to do. At least, even though our government work, make them find some more cleaners for us, then we're going to do them.
Others could neither understand nor speak a word of English language. Yet, they have their request for the state government.
Na hana 'yan Okada mu da ma abin da muke da gwamnatin Allah taimaka ta sa hannu a game da wannan aiki na Okada mu, saboda ita muke cin abinci, muke komai da komai a cikin ta. Allah ma so ya taimaka ya sa hannu a yi haƙuri a ba mu ci da aikin mu. Idan ba wani Okada ta mu muna shiga damuwa daban-daban da shauransu. Saboda haka gaskiya mu da nan area mu area ketu ma cikin zaman lafiya da kwanciyar hankali, saboda ba mu rigima da ma'aikata an sun zo an ce mu kauce muna kaucewa, ba mu tsaya muna wani ja'in ja da su. Can yankin da suke wannan hayaniyar to Allah ya ba su zaman lafiya, mu kuma Allah ya tsare mu daga sharrin su.
Those who are genuinely earning a living using Okada and who feel that they can earn a better living, more decent living using any other means, they will be allowed to come into cooperatives that should be formed. They can form themselves into cooperatives, 10 of them, 15 of them, and then they will be able to benefit from the last mile and first mile bus scheme that the government has introduced. But those graduates can come to Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, present proposals where they can get some money to go and start their own businesses. They can join Lagos State vocational centers, those who don't have any certificates among them. The vocational centers are all over Lagos, about 18 of them. They are free. And when they pass out of these vocational centers, they are not going to be left with their own devices. They will be given equipment to go and start off their own trade, animal husbandry and such trade. The Ministry of Agric is there to help them.
In the midst of this, some clearly flouted traffic laws under the watching eyes of our camera. But the Lagos State Commissioner of Police say the force is ready to enforce the law and partner with other sister agencies to deal with the fallouts.
It's not going to be the police alone that will enforce the law. It's going to be a kind of a combined effort, a kind of collaboration, with other security agencies to ensure that the law is enforced to the letter. We are going to work in synergy with other security agencies. We are going to work in synergy with the other agencies of the government that will assist the police in enforcement of this law. The
police commissioner also warned operators of consequences of violating the law.
I've directed my area commanders and DPOs to have meetings with the executive members of motorcycle riders in their various divisions and area commands. And this consultation, I believe, will sensitize the motorbike riders or Okada riders to enable them know that there is a law in place now that disallow them from plying roads in those areas that are marked to be. I'm talking about the areas where the total ban is going to be enforced. In doing that, the awareness and sensitization, I think, will go a long way to reduce the kind of tension between the motorcyclists and the police officers. But like I said, the law is the law. So if anybody who is aware that law has been in place, banning Okada ride, in all these areas, are still flouting the laws by riding the Okada, the police has no choice than to enforce the laws and arrest the person and prosecute him accordingly.
From the 1st of June 2022, Okada will not be seen operating in Surulere, Etiosa, Ikeja, Apapa, Lagos Mainland, and Lagos Island. Both the operator and passenger caught flouting the ban will be punished according to the law.